Hey you guys, it's Lala from Chasing the Spirits and Jason from JG JG Vlogs and JG Paranormal. You ready?
Yeah.
For today's topics?
Yeah.
Our topic. It's an adult topic, so this will be an adult video. It's for all you adults out there that have nothing else to do but to listen to my videos. Right?
Yep, exactly.
Where are you going?
I'm right here.
Sit.
I am.
Jeez, you guys, he's worse than me, and I thought I can't sit still. He's all walking around through the video like we're not even recording right now. Like, Jason.
Right.
Everybody write that. Jason. Comment, Jason. Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you done moving? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you focused?
Yes.
You ready for today's topic?
Yeah.
Alright, today's topic is tubing.
Oh yeah.
Tubing! You ready for today's topic of tubing? You gotta do it with me, Jay.
Tubing!
Ready? On the count of 3. Ready, set, go.
Tubing!
We're gonna talk about tubing. Okay, so this is what we think tubing is. It may not be what you think it is, but we're gonna describe the new version of tubing. Okay? And this is how we learned what tubing is. Because we didn't know what tubing was, but now we know what it is, and this is the new version of tubing. Okay? So, tubing is when you go to Big Bear. Okay, guys? Make sure you pay attention. Pay attention to the story, okay? You go to Big Bear, and you go, oh, I'm going to go snowboarding. Nah, that's what you just tell your parents. Can you watch my dog so I could go snowboarding? Like, yeah, sure. So let me torture people in the back of the car with 2 dogs so I could go snowboarding. Wink, wink, snowboarding. Okay. So, this is tubing, okay? This is what we think tubing is. So, you tell your parents you're going snowboarding, okay? Then, you get a cabin in the woods. But you have to make sure you get this right, okay? There have to be 3 wait. Let me tell the story. You have to get 3 Alexes, okay? But only 1 Alex can be a boy. So you need 2 Alexes that are girls. Wait, I need just 2. 2 Alexes that are girls and 1 Alex that's a boy, okay? You have to do this right. So if you're an Alex and you're a boy, you got the upper hand. You just need 2 girls, okay? And you make sure the 2 girls are friends. So you got an Alex and an Alex and an Alex, okay? So then, when you do this, then you go to Big Bear, to the mountains, okay? And as you go there, you say, I'm going snowboarding, where you should already know there's not enough snow to go snowboard. So then you say, we're going tubing. We went tubing instead. 1 guy, 2 girls, tubing. How does that work? So, him and I put our heads together and figured out what tubing means. It's possible 3 ways. Tubing, you could go tubing. You say, hey Alex, you want to go tubing? You're the guy. You're the guy, Alex. Because then that way, if you have 2 girls that are named Alex that have the same name as you can't fuck up. Because all of you guys have the same fucking name. So if you want to go with 1 girl, you be like, hey Alex, what's up, boo-boo? Then you go with another girl, be like, hey girl. You remember them because both their names are Alex's, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Can't get that confused.
Okay, so now, instead of going snowboarding, you went tubing. What the fuck is tubing? Cabin in the woods. Okay, right?
Yeah.
I got that part right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you go tubing. What the fuck is tubing? I know the sleighs thingies or the trash can lids and you slide on the fucking snow with whatever snow is fucking out there, or you mudslide. I don't fucking know. But tubing is something I can picture a river. Well, actually, no, I picture a raft. To be truthfully honest, I picture a raft the first time I heard tubing. Don't know why. but I figure it's a big ass tube rafting. So I'm thinking a big ass raft for 3 people. No, that's not tubing. So what's tubing, right, Jay?
Yeah.
What's tubing?
Exactly.
No, I mean tell them what's tubing.
It's
You have 3 people.
it's where you have sex.
Oh, it's where you have sex. So tubing is where you have sex. Now, here's the problem with I mean I'm going by him and tubing sex. So yeah, 1 guy and 2 girls. Wait, 2 girls. Sorry, I need to learn how to use my hands right, you guys. Don't pay attention to my hands because apparently I don't know how to count with my hands. I'm worse than my 8-year-old daughter. Okay, so tubing is sex, right?
That's what I think.
So, I mean, it works. You got 2 girls. Hopefully they're lesbian enough to tube each other. I don't know. Then you have the guy.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. 1 guy, 2 girls. They're going to be fighting over you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I never been in the cabin in the woods with 1 guy and another girl. So I can't really say what tubing is. But I do know. You should have came back for your freaking dogs if you weren't snowboarding. Because you have 1 dog that just don't know how to shut up.
That's true.
It just bark, 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 bark. I was going deaf the whole fucking weekend.
Oh, I know.
And then it doesn't help that you have a mother-in-law that can't hear, and she blows this dog whistle thingy that fucking makes you want to blow your brains out because it's so fucking loud. It's a human whistle. I don't know. It's shutting me and him up because we couldn't fucking hear for shit. I lost my whole hearing for that fucking weekend. My kids wanted to shut up, and I couldn't hear my kids that day, and they had to yell at me because I couldn't hear no more. And anyways, point blank, I still don't know what tubing is. So then, we asked my daughter, my 8-year-old daughter, because I want to see how smart she is. I want to know what she knows. So I asked her, what's tubing? In Walmart, in broad daylight, you know, in the public. And I said, hey child, you don't even know my daughter's name. So I said, hey child, what's tubing? And you know what she told me? She said, it's when 2 people have a baby. And I was like, ah! I was like, wait. Say it again, what's tubing? And she was all like, ain't it when 2 people have a baby? And I was like, oh God, I really don't want to go any further than that. So I was like, what does that mean? I had to do it, you guys. I had to ask, what did that mean? You know, because you want to know what curious minds are thinking. And I'm curious, so I want to know what's in our mind. So I was like, so how do 2 people have a baby? She's like, you know, Mom, you have 1. You actually had 2. You had me and my sister. I was like, oh God. Oh God. She knows what tubing is too. She came to the same conclusion that him and I said. But she's never been around for these conversations to know what tubing is. So apparently tubing does have to do with sex. An 8-year-old even said it.
Right.
So I'm figuring he did not go snowboarding. He went tubing in the woods. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm correct. So the new form of sex is tubing,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Am I getting overworked up over this? Are you guys paying attention? Make sure you take notes. Ask your children what tubing is. And make sure they don't have the same idea my 8-year-old did. Yet, here's the good part about it though. She doesn't know what sex is because I really, before we left Walmart, made sure she had no idea what sex was. She doesn't, which is good, but it's bad because if anything ever happened to her, she wouldn't know what it was. So I need to start having that conversation with her. But she's still a little too young. So I might wait till she's about 8 or 9. Because she needs to know, just in case some man tries to do something to her in the future, she knows what it is. She do know a man's not supposed to touch her, so I will give her that much. I've been training her since day 1 that you don't let a man touch you.
Exactly.
So she knows that much. But she's gonna eventually know what tubing really is. But we figured it was something to do with rubber at first. We couldn't figure out what tubing was. But if you think about what a tube is made out of, it's made out of rubber.
Yeah.
So what does rubber have to do with this conversation? What do you put on your dick? Rubber. So Therefore, we figured out what tubing was. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So now we know what tubing is. You have to be an Alex, a guy, and 2 girls. And 2 girls have to be named Alex too. So you'll be like Alex 1, Alex 2, and Alex 3. You have to have 3 Alexes. And then you go tubing. And it has to be at Big Bear. I don't think it works anywhere else. I haven't figured that far out yet. I haven't investigated that far into this conversation. But we do know what tubing is. I think. It's a mystery. But please comment, like, and subscribe to this video if you agree with me on what tubing is. Am I done? Do you want to say anything? Because I totally took over my own video.
That's fine.
Yeah, but I said we were going to let you talk. And I just... So now, you could go ahead. I got it all out of me.
I disagree with her, you know.
You disagree?
I agree.
Oh.
But it could be any. But just but when I looked up tubing, just to re-inform you guys.
Okay.
What the real version of tubing is.
What's the real version of tubing?
Is when you take like a rubber raft, like you said, like those tubes.
Yeah, the ones you go like in the lake.
Yeah, and you go down and snow with it, down hills, snow with it, and you sit around and you can go down the snow hill. But I don't know how they did that when there's barely any snow in Big Bear because a lot of it's melted by then. So I don't know exactly what they did, but they may have done the other tube in the sex version. Because
oh God, now he's back on sex. See, originally, you guys, I'm not gonna be fucked up. This was all his idea. This was all his conversation. This is all what he thought about tubing was. Now he's gonna be like, oh, well, let me go into the educational part of it and be like, tubing's really weird. It's that big black. Maybe it might not be black. Who knows what fucking color it is? But let's just say if you've been to a water park, you've been tubing because they have tubes at the water park. So just picture those circle little donut looking thingies, just bigger, so that way everybody's fat ass could fit in it, and you go whee somewhere. All right, but the only difference is they must have a single tube because you couldn't do a double tube because then one Alexis would be out, or one Alex I should say, because the other one's Alex, and then we know the Alexis, but I don't know what the other Alex's name was, so we'll just go with that. But anyway, so 3 Alexes, you would have to have a 3-hole tube, and I never seen a 3-hole tube, so I'm pretty sure all 3 of them didn't go tubing together. They probably went, one was like, oh, let me take a picture of you guys. Snap, snap. You know. And then she has to be all lonely, standing there like, oh my God, why am I taking these pictures of these people? Then the other one could be thinking the same thing. Or then they're like, oh, let's just all go down the hill at once. And we can all hold hands. Whee! I don't know. But as an adult, I don't see that shit. Because I know as an adult, I'll be like, whee! Okay, this is boring.
True.
I'm just saying. That could only entertain me for like, what, 5 minutes? See, even my phone knows where I'm at. I guarantee you someone's going to text me on this conversation saying, what the fuck, you know? But I'm not answering that in front of you guys because it might be a personal text message. But so yeah. So that's what tubing is. It's that stuff, that big old thingy. You could even use it in a pool, you know? It's those big giant tubes that you sit on. And if you move like that, it makes noises. It's like, it's like, think of a big giant whoopee cushion, only a hole in the middle of it. It's like a donut, a big, huge, humongous donut. So that's what really tubing is. We know what tubing is, you guys, but just to have a funny conversation, tubing. And to be truthfully honest, I really did ask my 8-year-old daughter, and that was her version of tubing, which was the first thought of our tubing, which we already knew it wasn't that tubing because after we thought about that tubing, we realized it was the other tubing, which, of course, was the proper way of tubing. But you have to think about it, too. Wouldn't you think it'd be suspicious, 1 guy and 2 girls?
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
just saying. Because I wouldn't be out there for that long just to go tubing, you know?
Right.
I'm just saying.
That's true, though.
2 girls, 1 guy. No, I'm just kidding. But please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. I am Lala for Chasing These Spirits. This is Jason from JGE Vlogs and JGE Paranormal. And we're done with this conversation because I am sick of talking about tubing. I don't even want to think about tubing. I don't even want to picture people in clothes tubing. Let alone people at a swimming pool tubing. Let alone 2 girls and 1 guy tubing. That's beyond what I want to think about right now. But I am done with this conversation. I have to answer these messages. So I'll see you guys later. Have fun. Stay safe. This is going to be the biggest Easter weekend we can ever have in our life. So wear your masks. Don't go nowhere. If you have kids, make sure the Easter egg hunt in your backyards. If you don't have a backyard, do it in your house. If you don't want them to turn up your house, just don't have an Easter egg hunt. If you guys want, buy your kids Easter baskets, all good. Just remember, it's not about the bunny, it's about Jesus. Right? And it's not about the chickens that you want to eat up their heads and bite off their bodies from the peeps. See, even my mom knew where I was going with that because she likes to eat their heads off. But I love you guys. Well, I want a chocolate Easter bunny. Anyways, that's not the point. I love you guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. I should have got that earlier when we were in Walmart. Oh, wait. Anyway, sorry, guys. I keep getting distracted. I love you guys. And I'm officially done with this video. Tell them bye, Jay.
Bye. We'll see us later.